I'm looking at the quarters, man, and this show just fell off a cliff. Holy smokes, I don't know what the hell happened. They were really into the first Continental Classic match. Did really, really well. So, like, people were into it. 741,000. That main event opened at 440. Also for a Continental Classic match. So, I don't know, man. I can't explain this stuff. NXT did a bad number, too.
Yeah.
Bischoff didn't bring the viewers? Interesting.
Tell them that they're paid by a con.
So, we went to Vancouver.
Sure did.
No, we didn't.
Oh, are we going to do this, Craig?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Nobody was invited.
Okay.
Sean and I applied for a media pass. They don't like me.
Sure.
So Sean got approved. So I bought a ticket. But about 2 days before the show, a reader emailed me and he said, man, I hear you bought a ticket. I got an extra. I got 2 extra. And so Vinny and Rodney were here. And I said, I know a guy with 2 extra if you want to go.
It opened with a women's War Games match. My primary takeaway from the show, 3 minutes is way too long for interval time.
Oh, yeah.
You could have had 5-second intervals. It was not going to save this women's match with Nia Jackson there. She was absolutely atrocious in this match.
So I had plenty of downtime here to go give myself a nice Molson Canadian. Thoroughly
Yeah,
enjoyed that.
I left after every match just to walk around, and I mean, I walked around for a long time. Somebody actually sent me the list of how much downtime was in between the matches, and it averaged 15 minutes in between every single one of those matches. 15 minutes.
LA Knight versus Darth Nakamura for the United States Championship.
I didn't think for 1 second that Nakamura was going to beat LA Knight. The fucking crowd went crazy. Like, they were shocked, as I was.
Braun Breaker versus Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser. This was awesome.
Dear Lord above. Wow.
Excellent match. Apparently a lot better than I thought at the time, because I gave it 3 3/4 stars, and everybody else
way
talking
more.
about it. This was like a 4.5 star match. Maybe it was.
Gunther did a lot of stalling early. And people around me were not happy with this. Trying to get a boring chant started. One guy just stood up and screamed, "God, Gunther sucks!" And he walked out.
What?
But as you noted, it picked up
I hope you
because
spent $1,000 on that ticket. Jey Uso, he was the most over guy on the entire show. Even more than Roman Reigns. I mean, it was crazy.
and there was a shot here of CM Punk on one side of the cage, arms crossed, sulking. Roman Reigns, the other side of the cage, arms crossed, sulking. Neither looking at each other. It's the 2 pretty girls at the party. Can't be friends. Laughed my ass off of that. So the last time I saw someone do a dive off a cage, it was Adam Copeland. It went badly. Bronson Reed's way bigger than Adam Copeland.
Well, it also went badly. He destroyed his ankle, and apparently he's got to get it checked out tomorrow, but doesn't look good. So that sucks.
This bloodline thing, that's been going on for years. Years! Years. You would think this is the blow-off and it's done.
Yep.
I'm sure it's not, but that's how it felt.
But they need to do Rock and Roman at Mania, and the only way to win is your opponent needs to say, "I acknowledge you." That's it. That's your WrestleMania main event for a year and a half down the road. Not this year, the year after. An acknowledgement match, whatever you want to call it. Oh, my Lord. Apparently, what do we have? Behind-the-scenes audio there, Jared? Is that what happened? Yeah, God. Hopefully nobody said anything stupid.
Is that Craig? Thought I heard something. No, Granny?
Here.
It was.
You are
it
both
wasn't
there.
me.
Craig, you have any predictions for Survivor tomorrow?
And then the wrong music played. Anything else? Maybe on the platinum tier, I'll let you hear some behind the scenes. My all-time favorite subscribers are the people that sign up for the platinum tier. They literally pay more just because. There are no perks. There are no extras. It's just an expensive tier. I very much appreciate it. Granny is here today, aren't you, Granny?
I guess.
Delighted to be here, still in the old house.
Jared, show the background here.
Is it empty? Is that what we're
Right
saying?
there. Right.
Oh.
Down. Right there.
God, look at all them boxes.
What is the most exciting thing about a senior living facility?
Great question to ask a bunch of people that are living in one. But let's hear what they've got to say.
Dates in wheelchairs never need a ride home. Pop Granny.
Granny's excited to go on the dating scene again.
Aha.
That actually does legitimately sound like she's excited.
TED.
Ted.
Talks,
What do I win?
talks are very popular in the 21st century. What does TED stand for?
Ted.
I know what the ED stands for.
I bet you do. They'll cut to a shot of Ricky, and at the time he's got the bowl cut mullet. He didn't have the spike mullet yet. He's got the bowl cut mullet. He's looking at the camera and smiling. And then the picture shrinks down to the corner of the screen. And he just looks up. And there's himself whipping ass. He's like, yeah, I'm bad. Laughed my ass off of that. I thought as a pro wrestling TV show, this is their best show in months. Maybe all year.
I think Shelton has been great. I think Shelton was badly underutilized in WWE.
That's getting clearer every week.
I think that people are recognizing that this is not just some job guy coming in. This is a guy who they didn't do jack shit with him. Now he's here tearing it up with these guys. So I really like this match.
The Dynamite dozen Battle Royal.
When this match started and the Butcher's hitting Rocky and Lance is hitting Evil Uno, this crowd was dead. This match was like the worst battle royal I've ever seen at AEW.
This is not good.
Am I wrong?
In all caps, I wrote, they did not go 50-50.
No, they did not. This was a very, very rare AEW
Yes.
total squash.
Yes.
Made him look like a geek, which is part of the storyline, was perfect. It was good for both guys.
Yep.
Swerve stomp, killed him.
Yep.
Loved it. Jay's a babyface. Pac is a heel. Jay is getting heel heat on Pac because he wrestles like a heel even though he's a babyface.
Yeah.
And so, when you do something like that, you should expect what happened here, which was an absolutely, completely dead crowd.
This is how you make a babyface challenger. He wins and wins and wins and wins and wins. And when they cheat and try to beat him, he overcomes and he wins anyway.
I like everyone's dynamic. I like the Hangman. I like Orange Cassidy. I like Jay White. I like Moxley. It's going to be a fun four-way. But how in the fuck are Hangman and Orange in a championship match based on their performance at the very last pay-per-view?
Around here, they say, he's a wanted man. Holy shit, they're bringing in Nick Nemeth. But no, I was wrong. It's Bandito. The main event is a Gold League match, Brody King versus Claudio Castagnoli. Like I say, as a wrestling show, best thing AEW has done in months and months and months.
Well, I did like this show a lot. One of my favorite Dynamites in a while. I'm looking at the quarters, man, and this show just fell off a cliff. Holy smokes, I don't know what the hell happened. They were really into the first Continental Classic match. Did really, really well. So, people were into it. 741,000. That main event opened at 440. Also for a Continental Classic match. So, I don't know, man. I can't explain this stuff. NXT did a bad number, too.
Yeah.
Bischoff didn't bring the viewers? Interesting. I didn't hate this match, but, my God, it was such an intricately choreographed match. And somebody on the board was like, you think these guys like Ospreay don't choreograph? Yeah, of course they do. People choreograph spots in every single match. But, the magic is you don't want it to look ridiculously choreographed from start to finish.
Yes.
There needs to be an organic aspect to it.
Tag Team Battle Royal for a title shot. So you got the family out in the mud, Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inamura in his in-ring TV debut thrown here in Battle Royal. Inamura doesn't know the rules. He's throwing guys in the apron and thinking they're out. And Briggs is like, no, man, you got to throw him to the floor. Because you see, Brian, he's a foreigner.
Dude.
And foreigners are dumb.
They're trying to tell me that this Yoshiki Inamura doesn't understand how a battle royal works?
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm looking up. I bet he's been in one. His first 4 fucking matches were all battle royals.
Okay. Battle Royal. vets
Every
are telling
one
me.
of them. They're supposed to believe this guy doesn't know the rules of a fucking battle royal? God damn it.
And then, yes, Eric freaking Bischoff comes out on NXT TV.
Okay, listen, I know people are going to say, Bryan didn't like Bischoff, vice versa, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's all true and all, but let's be totally honest here. What he did on this show was play The Miz.
I suppose he did.
He rattled off his fucking resume, talked about WCW, talked about NXT. Talent's awesome. Fans are great. Ridge, Trick, come on out here. You can cut the tension with a chainsaw, he says. I'm like, what? Ridge, you remind me of guys like You know, Dick the Bruiser. I said,
How old are you, I thought?
it's fucking 2024, brother.
Yeah. We're just calling Trick Williams a stand-up comedian with abs. Calls Eric Bischoff, quote, points at him, looks him in the eye, points at him and says, you're a has-been podcast host hanging on to that last bit of relevancy. I'm not even sure Eric realized he was talking about him. Eric just stood there blankly. Didn't smile, didn't wink, didn't nod, didn't fire back, didn't roll his eyes, just sat there.
God damn, I can't believe they found my doppelganger, X-Pac. I was your age when I beat Razor Ramon. I was like, God damn, how about that? When he had that big win over Razor Ramon, he was the same age as Javon. As everybody keeps telling me, there's plenty of time. He's got his whole career ahead of him. Fucking X-Pac's on my side. I was the same age you are now when I beat Razor Ramon. And it skyrocketed from there, the NWO, DX. None of that would happen without that one moment.
This was an old school Cora Jade promo about how it's Kalani's fault. She's not going to Deadline.
I love Roxanne. I'm a huge fan. But they give her the exact same speech every single time she comes out. But I mean, you got Zarya, Stephanie, and Julia. That match is going to be fucking great.
I am sure it'll be a very good match.
Roxanne and Julia going at each other on Twitter. She called Roxanne a kitty. If Dave just called people kitties on his Twitter, I'd be a lot less averse to him tweeting all the time.